Morning Helldivers! This is your fellow citizen, TumidDonkey, reporting live from the founding father of family values, Super Destroyer. I thought it would be nice to change things up a bit this week from our normal challenge series videos like Stratagem Only and the Mythbusters series, and talk about a much needed topic of booster reworks in the game. This has been a hot topic pretty much every time I boot up Reddit or Discord, and there's always a post saying the big four need to be ship upgrades and so on. So let's jump in and look at some possible concepts for fixing or tweaking our boosters. Right now, the big four boosters being used the most often are Hellpod Space Optimization, Stamina Enhancement, Vitality Enhancement, and Experimental Infusion. These are a must-have for every mission, no matter the enemy type. An honorable mention for divers that don't have Viper commandos unlocked is Muscle Enhancement, as I see that one being picked often as well. It's very reasonable and understandable that these four see so much action because of their benefits being incredibly strong. It's almost dumb to pick anything else to bring with you. We have 13 other boosters and 14 on the way, if all unlocked, that just sit gathering dust in your Super Destroyer. I do agree that the big four could be integrated with Tier 6 or Tier 7 ship module upgrades for a high price of max samples, and this would free us to bring literally anything else. You could, however, leave everything as is and just buff up the other boosters to make them worthwhile for bringing. This one Reddit user had some great suggestions for many of the unused boosters, so let's take a quick look at those. The UAV would have a radar range of 50%, would also prevent the minimap from being hidden by spores or ion storms, and could reveal the location of a LiDAR station at the start of a game. I could definitely see myself using this just so I could get the LiDAR immediately. That would benefit the team as a whole. It wouldn't be so OP, but definitely a booster to consider taking. They also give the suggestion of simply combining the increased reinforcement budget and flexible reinforcement budget boosters into one, which that absolutely should be by default. The localization confusion update would be very strong in my opinion, being able to increase enemy reinforcement call-ins by 100% and having a scout effect of not being detected from further away. I would absolutely bring this for the simple fact of not having a ton of bot drops and bug breaches every second of the mission. The Expert Extraction Pilot booster would be meh at best, but I do love the idea of speeding up the in-game menu, or at least offer us an option to skip it, as it does take a while to wait out. Motivational Shocks has some nice perks, with receiving a temporary boost to reload and move speed when slowed or knocked back. I could certainly see this being OP, but with the cooldown of 20 seconds, I think it would keep it on an even playing field. I really like the idea for Firebomb Hellpods to shoot out rockets to nearby enemies when dropping in, to give it some more value than just killing off your team from throwing a resupply. I really enjoy the additional reworks of current boosters, like changing the Urban Legends booster to benefit sentries and emplacements as a whole by giving 20% more ammo to them. Or the All-Environment Training booster, which would be a rework of Dead Sprint, allowing us to swim and also climb easier, but not OP as your stamina would be drained a little bit faster too. These are great ideas that would bring some flavor and a possible higher pick rate for many unused boosters, and I would definitely be more inclined to choose some of these over the usual suspects. Another Reddit user posted some good ideas of the big four, with the HSO giving a decrease by 25% for cooldown and allowing for 6 boxes of supplies instead of 4. Now that would be extremely strong, even if it was just a cooldown by 25%. For Vitality Enhancement, increase the damage resistance to 20% and give immunity from bleed and acid. I can't begin to tell y'all how strong bleed is in killing you once it started, and sometimes I won't even realize it, and then I'll just die off. Stamina Enhancement looks real nice too, with giving increased movement speed in medium and heavy tier armor. Oh boy, that alone would have me running heavy armor all the time, because if you know how unbelievably slow you move with heavy armor. I think tweaking those 3 and making them ship upgrades too would be an excellent addition rather than having them be a standard booster you would pick. I also really like this one user pointing out a new way to pick and use boosters in this container method. Also, the graphic here is just really satisfying to look at. They say this booster container would be a booster that contains 2 or more sub-boosters. If you equip the parent booster, you would additionally gain whatever sub-booster effects you have unlocked. This could be nice to combine unused boosters, say putting stamina enhancement as the parent or first booster, and the subcategory would be muscle enhancement and motivational shocks. I think maybe to make it not crazy OP, because I'm sure there would be some nutty combos, you could reduce the benefits of the sub-boosters, or just include one benefit if there are multiple. For example, if Experimental Infusion was in the subcategory, it would only bring the 10% movement speed buff instead of both the increased move speed and damage resistance. I really like this idea because you could have more boosters to use and give them a purpose instead of sitting in the vault gathering dust. You could also tweak this idea and give tiers to the booster categories so you could mix and match your container. Maybe the big 4 boosters are tier 1 at the top, and you can swap around tier 2 or tier 3 boosters, creating a combo that works for you. I would think at that point you would probably only have the boosters' effects apply only to you, and not the whole team, as that would be OP, or you could say only the top tier 1 booster affects the whole team, and not the tier 2 and tier 3 slotted boosters. I really like this idea the most, as you would be able to have a lot of variety in between games, and would also not have to necessarily rely on your teammates for bringing top tier boosters. Overall, I'm keeping my fingers crossed for some possible future update to the booster system, no matter where Arrowhead ends up going with it. With pick rates off the charts for the big 4, I think it's time for some change, especially since the game has been out for as long as it has been. Even if nothing major changes, I think some balancing would be nice across the board for boosters. What do you think, Helldiver? Are you brave enough to bring literally any other booster besides the Meta 4? What would you change to boosters and the system we have currently? Let me know down in the comments below how you would fix boosters in the game and make things more balanced. Until then, be sure to follow along for more Helldivers 2 content, and I'll see you on the field.